All right, great. So we have just about over an hour left. I'm going to start to close things up now, just in case the panel does happen to go a bit longer. That way we don't feel obligated to stay for a formal closing. So I think first off, it's been a great 2 days to really just dive into network automation. I've been taking notes, through a lot of the presentations that have occurred, just to kind of highlight, a couple themes that I took away as I listened to a lot of the presenters, and adding one or two more things in there, not to forget about, as everyone starts to depart for Interop and goes back home in the next 2 days. But one of the things I want to kind of highlight is documentation, in terms of documenting workflows, no matter what it is. And it's interesting, even in Nick's use case, right, around automating documentation, like it really is so important to document even things like that in terms of like what is everyone doing today, even if you're using Microsoft Outlook to distribute zip file, you auto generate them in the day. But the manual process of that suite of applications is so important to really understand before you go tackle the automation. And it's so common to kind of dive in, launch an IDE or text editor or whatever, and just kind of start automating without really knowing like the subtle details of every step of the process, right? And a lot of those type of workflow decision trees, you might end up with 20 or 30 decisions at any point in time. And it's those types of things that really can't be automated if you can't document it. I said yesterday we'd kick things off, the security policies come up so much, and if you can't articulate to a coworker on how you would build a policy, then it really is unautomatable. So documentation is key. Another theme that we're seeing in the network automation space, right, is a lot of this around DevOps, infrastructure as code, version control systems, right? It really changes the mindset of how you approach things. And kind of parlaying on that is, it was very much focused on solutions and solving problems of what we heard. Right, we saw a lot of good demos. We saw a great demo today. Yesterday we finished a demo from Hank. Today we saw one from Jeremy. Right, a lot of these demos are integrating 3, 4, 5 different tools or products that are open source, commercial, whatever they may be. So as you start to explore strategies, really keep in mind to make an impact longer term, it's going to take more than just a turnkey product. It really doesn't exist today, right? No matter if it's combining solutions that may come pre-built to a certain extent. It may take some customization or extensibility to really make it happen. Testing also, right? A few of the talks yesterday and today, testing was touched upon. And in reality today, a lot of testing that happens is still ping and trace route, and you may just pick a few different IP addresses to ping. And meanwhile, if you had even that ping command automated, you can do a full mesh, right? Just let those pings run and find that one prefix list that might have had something that was forgotten about. Right, so testing is going to be super critical around things like pre-change, post-change. Validating commands are pre-built correctly. Sources of truth, I think again, it might have been, in a lot of talks, yesterday and today, we heard about managing data, sources of truth, right? A lot about NetBox, storing data as YAML files in some sort of Git-based system. So again, it's so common to dive into a tool or a language first. But even if it's an off-the-shelf tool, it's often forgotten about how do you get the right data to automate that tool or that platform, right? It could be some sort of CMDB from ITSM, it could be NetBox as we've seen, it could be, as John and Jeremy said, it could be a collection of tools that give you that authoritative source per data domain. But just really don't forget about data, right? You have a web form, self-service, great. Where's that data go? Is it just the device, right? Or is it to a database? Finally, it's a journey, and I think Matt's title really summed it up. The overall theme of where we are as an industry, that it truly is a journey. It's going to be very hard to say we got there or we're finished automating the network, because there are just so many types of workflows to automate. There are so many networks to automate. And so that being said, just realize that it is a journey, but at the same time, try and celebrate those smaller wins along the way. Try to have, and obviously it could be monthly or quarterly milestones that are going to map back to some bigger vision within an organization. Okay. So that being said, I'd like to do a round of applause for all the speakers. Did a great job in the past 2 days. And so we'll have our finale panel. Right now, we'll invite all the speakers and moderator to come up. And I'm just going to run down here, get 2 more chairs up here. And in this panel, we do have a lot of questions pre-built for the panelists. But again, feel free to interject, and we'll have time at the end for questions. This is the time to ask anything that may still seem foggy, gray area. About Nick's use case. We have Kurt coming up for the first time in the last 2 days. So with that being said, I'll hand it over to the panelists, and we'll kick things off.